You can make videos without being on camera. You can even automate the whole process. And the wild part, that's not me. That's my AI clone. All right, guys, Real Andy here. Pretty crazy, right? But here is where it gets even crazier. This automation can scrape ideas that are proven to work with thousands of likes. It automatically creates the full AI clone so you don't have to be on camera, and it publishes to all the 9 social media platforms every single day. No scripting, no editing, and no filming. Just set this up once and it does the work for you. Even if you've never set up an automation before, I've made it so easy that you can download the entire blueprint and import it just like this. So all you gotta do is watch this video step by step. But there are 2 massive mistakes that I want you to avoid if you're doing AI cloning, so make sure to pay close attention. I'll share those mistakes at the end. So let's get started by watching 3 successful AI clone creators. So the first one is Rawan Chung with 142,000 followers, also getting thousands of likes on his social media. And to show you that this is an AI clone, you might not see any change of clothes. However, the content is really where he shines. Let's take a look.
OpenAI just launched GPT-5 and made it free for all ChatGPT users. GPT-5 is faster than 4.0 and smarter than o3, delivering a major intelligence boost to the rapidly growing world of AI users. I received early access to test it out, and the improvements are immediately noticeable.
How crazy is that? The next creator has 1 million followers on Instagram. This video 40,000, this one 246,000, this one 123,000. Can you see how he's using the AI clone? As you can see, it's in the bottom right hand corner with some nice editing in the background. This one as well, 17,000 likes. Another one with another shirt as well, which is very easy to do. You might see that all of these are AI clones.
Elon Musk is in danger. A tiny chip is now a real competitor to Neuralink, and it's turning thoughts into text with 91% accuracy.
I'm just blown away with this content. And how do you know it's a clone? Well, you definitely see it with the clothes that are repeating throughout his content. But he's doing one of the tricks that I want to share as a mistake that you might do later in this video. But you might have noticed that they have a lot of editing. So I want to show you another example that doesn't do so much editing, but still gets thousands of views with it. The next creator, Sabrina Romanov, and what she did was that she released her AI clone on TikTok for 7 days, and the results are amazing. Look at this, 700,000 views. 244,000 views. After her experiment of 7 days, she got over 1.2 million views just with her AI clone. And you can see one of the most popular one was this one.
Here are 6 free AI automation tutorials that will teach you more skills than paying for $5,000 courses. But first, if you're not learning about AI and automation, you are falling behind thousands of other people.
This is literally just an AI clone talking with some text on top.
Email responses.
The most popular one with 700,000 views is really just her face in the front and then some changing images in the back from Reddit. This one as well is just her in the front and text in the back with a nice image. 2,400 likes. Absolutely love the way she makes her content. So now I want to show you how to automate all of it, from scraping viral ideas to writing the YouTube script, creating a clone of your voice and yourself, adding captions on top of it, and publishing to 9 different platforms to make this a lot easier for you. All you gotta do is set this up one time. So I'm gonna show you step by step how to set it up right now. Step number 1, get the automation. Just go to the school community in the link in the description. You can start this for free for 7 days. And even if you don't grab it, keep watching because I'm gonna show you exactly how the entire automation works in the rest of this video. Once you're on the inside, just click on the Classroom Vibe Creator 2.0, click on the Vibe Creator AI clone, and all the way at the bottom, you'll find Download AI Clone Template and Duplicate Airtable. Just click on it, download the template, then inside of your N8N, click on Workflow, then click the 3 dots in the top, click on Import from File, and open the file that you just downloaded, and just like that, you have the entire automation in your N8N. Click on Duplicate Airtable, then in the drop down in the top, just click on the 3 dots and Duplicate Base. I highly recommend that you change the name to your name, like Mike, for example, and click on duplicate. But obviously nothing is going to work unless we head to step number 2, set up the webhooks. So to explain how all of this works is that you can see that each and every single one of these buttons correspond with one of the automations, like create avatar you see here, add captions, and publish. They will trigger each and every single one of these automations. And the reason I like to make it like this is that many automation people on YouTube, they teach you how to go from end to end, but there is no customization or checkup in the middle. So basically it runs through it, even if the script is bad, even if the audio is bad, and that leaves us to spending a lot more credits. So doing a system like this allows us to stop at each point and say, hey, do we want to change it before we go through, which is a principle called human in a loop. And the best part, if you want to make it all run end to end, we can just grab the output and put it into the input and grab this output and put this into the input, and you see where I'm going with this. So what we need to do is to add the correct webhook to the correct button. So this is the scrape one. I'm just going to click on the test URL. Then I'm going to go back to the AI clone dashboard, go to the sources that scrapes it, click on edit field. Then, as you can see, you need to put your webhook right here. So I'm going to select this, paste it, and just like that, we have created our first button. Let's save it and go to the next one. This is the YouTube script one. We'll just click on the test URL again and find the YouTube script button right here. Click on it, edit field, and paste our webhook here. Just like that, click on save, and just make sure that you go through each and every single button one at a time, just like we did right now. Super easy to do, right? But now comes the fun part. We're going to get each of the buttons to actually do something like scraping social media and giving us viral video ideas that are proven to work. So let's head to step number 3, set up the scraper. So what this automation does is that it scrapes Reddit for their top posts the last 7 days. So if I just execute the workflow, I go back to the Airtable again, you can see that you can add any subreddit right inside of here. So here I have YouTubers, Singularity, and ChatGPT. So for example, if we click the Singularity one, you can see that it's going to start running through a service called Appify, get the top posts the last 7 days, and update in Airtable. So if we go to the Ideas tab in the top right here, you should see it update automatically, just like this. One at a time, it's going to give us 5,000 upvotes, 4,000, 3,000 of the best posts from Reddit. So let's check out the best one. Literally just a photo saying Google is preparing something. The next one with also around 5,000 upvotes. Probably talking about GPT-5 not being able to access O3, 4.1, and so forth. Samantha keeps telling me that Amazon Basics are the best quality option. So those were mostly funny, but you can see the third one here is actually one that has a lot of text, where the title is AI expert return from China stunned. The US grid is so weak, the race may already be over. And so this can be perfect food for writing a short YouTube script about it, especially if you're making content around AI. You already see that it's proven to work on other platforms, so we can take inspiration from that, and it's probably going to work well for us as well. It's all about finding the best subreddit for your niche. If you're doing personal finance, you can see the top post this week got 2,000 upvotes and amazing inspiration for you to create content. But let's say we really like this AI expert return from China. All we need to do is to click this good idea right here, click it, and it makes it go into the next table with the title and the inspiration text, so we can use it in the automation to write a script. This happens through an automation that if you download the blueprint, all you got to do is to click this toggle on. So how you set up this automation, just go to appify.com and click on Get Started. It's completely free to join and you get 5 credits per month, which is enough to scrape a lot of things. Now that you're on the inside, just click on Settings, click on API and Integrations. And here on the right, just copy your personal API token by clicking here. Then go back to N8N, go into the HTTP request, and at the end of the link here, you need to add your token. So just click on paste, and the rest of it I've set up for you. The only thing we're doing is really to do an URL and have this subreddit right here, which as you can see in this case is NewTubers. And at the end, we're adding top this week. You can change this to be month or year as well. So just keep that in mind. Also, I wanted to mention that if you don't only want to scrape Reddit, we have the Social Scraper 1.5, which allows you to scrape X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, and newsletters that you can get inside of the community as well. We have it for Make N8N that can pretty much scrape anything. It's super sick. There's a video on my YouTube channel as well. Just want to share that with you. But that's pretty much all you got to do with the HTTP request. After that, we need to set up the Airtable. If you haven't set up Airtable before, it's really easy. You just follow this one tutorial in here. I recommend using OAuth. You just click on this button. You just click on register new OAuth integration. Write a name here. In the OAuth redirect, just use this one. Paste it, register integration. Then you have a client ID right here. And something you might miss is this generate client secret. But just post the client ID and the client secret into N8N and you're good to go. All you gotta do then is to change the base from the name that we have to the duplicated one that you have selected. And that's pretty much all you gotta do. It should be automatically set up for you and you just set up your first scraper. All you need to do is execute the workflow, go back to the AI clone. Let's write personal finance in here. Wait for it to save in the top right. Click the button right here. The workflow should be starting. You should see this take a little bit of time. And just like that, we get back the top posts this week. Awesome, you just set up your first scraper. But now let's see how to automate the content. But before that, please drop a like on this video and comment down below AI automation if you'd like to see more of this content. It takes so long to make automation systems like this, so I'd really appreciate if you could do that for me. But now, let's jump into step number 4, set up the script automation. What it does is basically take the inspiration from the title and the inspiration text that we just got, and it runs it into a message ChatGPT model. Here we have a system message that we have instructed it to make a 150-word viral YouTube short script, and we have some guidelines here as well. Next, we have a user message that essentially gives the title and the body of the previous text, and it allows us to add a custom instruction or user prompt right in here as well. You can write that in this field here. So you can add anything else that you want in this field and it will go into the ChatGPT node. So a simple prompt like this will go a long way. Then if we just click on this button, it's going to run through the message model. We're using the O3 model because O3 has been shown in the creative writing benchmark to perform the best, and we get this engaging short script back. Wow, the US power grid is in deep trouble, and you won't believe what experts discover. The race to lead the AI future may already be over if our grid keeps failing. Are you hooked yet? Well, I'm not going to read it for you. I'm going to let the AI voiceover do that for me. But the final step of setting up the automation is the Airtable node. So just like before, select your personal access token, then just change the base right here. Then we just need the record idea from the script. You'll find it right here. And we need the YouTube short script that you find from the ChatGPT output, just like that. Execute the step and it should all be updated right here. Awesome stuff. You can now automate your script writing, but it's going to get crazier. We're now going to go to step number 5, automate the voiceover. The tool we're going to use for this is called 11 Labs, and it's the best AI cloning software that I found. However, there is a big mistake that you can do here, and one massive tip I want to share with you to make everything sound a lot better. If you have a good microphone, you might be able to bypass the entire AI voice clone, because I'll show you an example in the create clone step where you see that real voiceover is just far superior. So stick with me when I show the examples of real voice versus 11 Labs voice when it comes to the AI clone. But it's completely free to start, so just click on sign up And once you're on the inside, I just want to show you the differences. So if I click on upgrade here, they actually have a very generous free plan that gives you 10,000 credits for the highest quality, and the turbo flash models, which are also pretty good, you get 20,000 credits, and this will actually last you a long time. However, the only thing you can do is to do custom voices, but you cannot do instant voice cloning, which is something we use to clone your voice. And for some people, that instant voice clone sounds really good. However, I have a very weird accent, which is why I need a professional voice clone. To get one of these, you have to get onto the Creator $22 per month plan. So I'd recommend starting with instant voice cloning and seeing if it's good enough. And if you want to take it one step further, try out the professional voice clones, which is the only one that works for me. My instant voice clone sounds like Matthew McConaughey after 10 shots of tequila. So I really want to show you how the professional voice clones work. So in the top left, we can click on voices. And in the top here, we can click on my voices. Here is where you can create or clone a voice. Here we have 3 different options, and the professional voice clone, since I already created one, let me jump into it. It's right here. I can just click on edit voice, and this is where we upload samples of our voice. But after trying for so many times and also providing 2 hours of my best footage, it didn't sound real. It was only once I found out this one technique that it actually started sounding like me. So it's definitely not true that the more you have, the better. And that's the big mistake. The tip I got was to read my sample like this. The ChatGPT prompt is, I need your help writing 10 minutes of voiceover material that all have 5-word sentences. Kind of like Mr. Beast style content. Example, I'm working on a video. This tool is amazingly good. Make sure it's around 10 to 12 minutes of voice recording. And what ChatGPT gave to me was exactly that. 5-word sentences and a really long script. So I started my voice recorder and I started reading each and every single line here. And the vocal technique I had was super Mr. Beast type voice. Very excited, very loud, and so forth. I can show you the voice file that I recorded. We built the biggest maze. It covers 3 football fields, and we're racing inside today. Winner gets $1 million, but there's a terrifying catch. And then after I finished the entire recording, which was around 10 minutes long, what I did was I pulled it into an editing software, like for example, DaVinci. You can use CapCut for this. And I had 10 minutes. Then I just copied that 10 minutes again, and I copied that 10 minutes once again. That left me with 30 minutes, but they were all 10-minute copies of each other. This is what got me the best result so far. One tip here is to use the vocal tonality that you actually want the output to have. I wish I didn't do so hyped voice. I wish I did it a little bit more deep. The last thing I did was to change the accent value to Swedish because they don't have Norway in here. Then I clicked on next. After that, it took around 2 to 6 hours to complete. But after waiting a bit, I had my clone and I could go to the text to speech. I could copy and paste one of my scripts in here. I changed the model to 11 multilingual. I changed the speed to faster, stability around 70, similarity high, and style exaggeration on 50% with speaker boost. And let's click on generate speech. Wow, the US power grid is in deep trouble, and you won't believe what experts discovered. The race to lead the AI future may already be over if our grid keeps failing. So as you can hear, it's very similar to me if I speak in that tone of voice. So that's a power tip. Speak in the tone of voice that you want your AI to speak in. I think it's perfect for AI news type content, and it's the closest that it's been to my voice so far. So now that you have your voice, all you gotta do is click on it, click on the 3 dots to the right, and then click on Copy Voice ID. Go up to the AI Clone dashboard, and in the Voice ID tab here, all you gotta do is to paste it. Now, inside of our N8N, let's go into the N8N node. Here, we need to set up the credential for our 11 Labs account. all we need there is an 11 Labs API key. Just go to 11 Labs, click on the bottom, click on API keys. Here, just create a new API key. Make sure you don't restrict it by clicking here and click on create. Copy the API key and paste it directly in here. And now we have some data. So here you can see that the voice ID is this one. The text that we're going to feed into it is the text from our YouTube short script that is right here. We use 11 multilingual with these settings. If we execute this step, we just automated our voiceover. So we can click on download and we can listen to it. Wow, the US power grid is in deep trouble and you won't believe what experts discovered. The race to lead the AI future may already be over. As you can hear, a perfect AI news style voice, which is exactly what I want for this clone. The next step will be upload the file. If you haven't set up a Google Drive account yet, you need to set up these credentials. To do that, I highly recommend checking out this video on my second channel. Once that's done, all we gotta do is to put data into this input field. Also, choose a parent folder that you want the file to live, execute that step, it's uploaded, and now we update the Airtable record. So for you, just change this to the base with your name, execute, and just like that, it should be updated in our Airtable. So you can now get your AI clone to say anything. Just write a quick text field in here. Copy your voice ID, execute the workflow, and click on the voiceover. In just a couple of seconds, you have a new drive link with your voice clone. Subscribe to the channel. Isn't that crazy? Well, what's even crazier than audio is to have a video clone of you as well. So let's head to step number 6. Automate your AI clone. So what happens in this workflow is that we have this button that triggers this voiceover drive and this avatar idea of your AI clone that I'll show you in just a minute how to create. Once we click this button, you see that the automation starts, downloading, post it to the API, and then we update the record. And as you can see, it goes directly into this drive folder. And this one was like 2 seconds long and looks like this. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I think we can do a little bit better. But let me show you the tool we're using and how to make an AI clone. Just go to HeyGen.com by clicking the link in the description. Full disclosure, I partnered with HeyGen to make this video, so I'm going to show you how to make the best AI clone right now. Just click on Get Started for free. Now, once you're on the inside, this is how it looks like. And if you want to make a clone right now, all you got to do is to click on the avatars in the left side, click on Create New Avatar, and here we're going to create a digital twin. We can also use photo avatars where you just add a photo, but I found that the digital twin is definitely the most realistic. And if you're wondering if this works for free, we can actually create 3 videos and you can create 1 free avatar, just like I'm about to show you. And if you want to use the entire automation, you get 10 free API credits that amount to 10 minutes of automated clone footage through N8N. There are some big mistakes you can make here. After I've created 10 AI clones, I can tell you some big tips that will help you a lot. The first one is to submit at least 2 minutes of footage. I found that 30 seconds is way too little. The second one is to try to make it as professional as possible. If you have a good light, or if you don't have a good light, sit in front of the window with natural light outside, but don't have the sun shine directly on your face. When you speak, maintain a steady pace, but also make sure you pause 1 to 2 seconds between sentences with the lips closed. This is very important so it can train on your face when your lips are closed. And the last one, with subtle movement, what I found is to have big gestures in the first 5 or so seconds. This is because they're going to use that for your hook. And for most content, the hook is the most important part. So if you have big hand gestures in the beginning part of your footage, that helps a lot in capturing people's attention. But after that, make sure you had subtle hand movements, not too much going on. Maybe make make your hands kind of float around a little bit. So it still is a little bit of hand movement. And that also goes with your facial expressions. Trying to have and maintain a very friendly tone with your face, or depending on your brand, maybe you want to be mad the entire time. But yeah, your facial expressions are going to show up. Basically, the main thing that they change is your mouth. So keep that in mind. Also, last thing, try to look into the camera most of the time, but don't keep it way too still. So those are the major tips right there. But once you've filmed your video, just click on next and upload your footage. I'm going to show you one of my favorite uploads that I did. This was around 2 minutes of footage, and just make sure you look at my hands. One of the biggest mistakes in AI automation is that everyone tries to be unique, while we actually have real world automations that are fixed in place and you can start using them right away. So take this for So you see that was about 15 seconds. My arms were up, and that really goes into the hook. But if you take a look at my hands, they're basically floating around a lot. They're doing a little bit of gestures here and there. And that really adds to the realism once we actually create the clone. So just upload this file right here. If you had a quiet environment, you can just keep the ambient sound, normalize volume. And in the premium version, they do have AI background removal. This allows you to make an AI clone with a green screen where we can actually remove the green screen and put other things in the back that I'll have a crazy automation in the future. So just subscribe for that. And also 4K resolution, you don't really need that. So after this, we can just click on next. Now it's going to use AI to basically give you a bunch of check marks. It actually doesn't matter if you get some X's on these. You can still go through with creating the avatar. So we're just going to click on submit. The video should be uploaded and it's going to take a couple of minutes. And the cool part is that you can keep trying. So if you go to avatars, you have my avatar right here. And even on the free plan, you can just click on add a new look and then you can upload another content piece of yourself. Just film another 2 minutes if you don't like your original one and just keep uploading. I uploaded 4 different pieces of myself that was for the vertical aspect ratio, and many of them I just deleted and just tried again. Another tip here is if you want to be in different settings, for example, here I'm in the office, but also I could be in the kitchen or I could be in the living room with different shirts. If we just have a new AI clone here, so we can keep our content fresh with the automation. Now that your avatar is finished, you can test it inside of HeyGen itself. If you just click on it and then click on create with AI Studio. And this is where I recommend that instead of typing your script, you actually upload an audio of yourself. This is going to give a way more realistic clone than if you use the inbuilt HeyGen AI clone. This goes for 11 Labs as well. I found that if I just use my voice, the avatar turns out way better because it doesn't sound so robotic. We can test it out here together. So I just wrote a quick script and then I can click on play. It should use the Andy1 voice clone, so you can hear it here.
Comment down below AI clone if you are excited about.
That's Australian.
Comment down below AI clone if you are excited about the ability to create an AI clone to do.
That's my American voice. As you can hear, it definitely doesn't sound like me. But if you're still having issues with the hands, one cool part is that they now have the motion avatars where if you click on this, you see the AI motion engine, where if you use it, it actually moves realistically like you. Face, body, and background adapt to the script. However, it currently doesn't work with the API, so we have to use the Avatar Unlimited. Hopefully they get this in the future, but I definitely recommend testing it out. So for the automation, let's turn it off and click on generate to check out what we actually got, and we'll make it a lot better in the automation. You can also upgrade here to get higher resolution and remove the HeyGen watermark, but let's just submit it. As you can see, this is the result.
Comment down below AI clone if you are excited about the ability to create an AI clone to do content for you.
As you can see, not that good. But when I use the HeyGen 11 Labs, just like that, and then I run the AI clone automation right here. Now I want to show you one with 11 Labs voice clone, and then I'm going to do a real voice after that. Comment below AI clone if you're excited about automating your content. I'd love to make more content about it if people want it. So that's definitely a little bit better, but still listen to the real voice. I'm just going to run it again. Here I've uploaded a real voice recording. We're just going to let the automation run. Now listen to the real example. Comment below AI clone if you're excited about automating your content. I'd love to make more content about it if people want it. Doesn't that sound way more realistic? And it also makes the avatar look a lot better when you just have better audio. But now let me show you how the entire AI automation is set up. So for HeyGen, I really want to show you the price because they have a normal pricing, which is for the software itself that you don't actually need if you're just going to use the API. If you're going to use the API, you can just click on the API plans. On the free plan, it gives you 10 free credits, so it allows you to use the entire AI automation that I've set up. But the main issue is that you get a watermark in the bottom. So if you're serious about automating your content, you should definitely get to the pro plan. And if you're wondering if $99 per month is worth it, just ask yourself, is this going to help you create more content, get more leads and sales to your business? For me, it's a game changer. The ability to just clone myself and be in my videos without having to be on camera and fixing my beard and my face and my lighting and everything like that is worth it. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I'd rather spend the $99, save myself all the time and just let my clone and my editor handle it together. And honestly, if it helps me just put out more content and make more back, then it's already paid for itself. But now let me show you how the entire AI automation is set up. So obviously the first step is the clone webhook. We have that in this button right here that creates the avatar. This takes the drive URL and the avatar ID. Where you get the avatar ID is inside of HeyGen. Once you have created an avatar just like this, you just click the three buttons in the top and then you click copy avatar ID. Then just go back to the AI clone Airtable and put it right in here. This makes it easy so you can change to any avatar you want just inside of this Airtable. The next step here is that we download the voice. We need that voice so we can actually upload it to HeyGen. How that looks like is that we upload with this v1 asset URL. We just use generic credential type with a header auth, and there we have HeyGen. How this looks like is x-api-key, where we have our API key. To find your API key, just go into HeyGen, click on the bottom left, click on the gear next to your username, go to the subscriptions and API, click on the HeyGen API, and here you have your API token. Just click on the right side here, copy, and paste the value in here. For the body content, we're just going to send this N8N binary file. As you can see right here, the name of it is called data, so that is going to be the input data field name. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Let's jump to the next one just by uploading it, and it's now uploaded to HeyGen. Then we're going to post to the video generate URL. Again, we're going to use the generic credential type, the header auth, and that be the same as you have with HeyGen. And the body, all we're going to do here is to use a JSON. As you can see, we have a couple of things that we're changing. The first thing is the avatar ID. We have that in Airtable. Also, we have the audio URL. This is the JSON data URL that is coming from the HeyGen upload, as you can see right here. For the background color, this is more for the other automation that I created to create a green screen background. But one more thing that you can change is the dimensions. So this is meant for short form content, but if you want to make it vertical, I highly recommend swapping out the numbers so the height is lower than the width, so it's horizontal aspect ratio. All in all, it's a pretty simple HTTP request, and we're just going to click on execute step. Here, all that's happening is that we are sending a request to HeyGen. But we're not going to get anything back unless we wait and then we do some polling. So here we have a wait node that's set up for 30 seconds. And after this, we're going to try to get the file. This is a really easy HTTP request where we have the method get, and then we have the ID of the video that we got from the previous step. One big thing here though is that you don't want to take the ID from the post just right here. You want to take the ID from the weight, because if you take this one, it's going to run into an error once we do one sequence of polling. So we're going to try to get it, but the item is probably going to say processing. So that means that it's not finished yet. It is processing, obviously. So what we do in the next step is, if this is true and the JSON data status is equal to completed, that means it's true. But anything besides that, it's false. So if this is false, we're going to wait again for 10 seconds. And it will go in a loop until we get that if statement that is right here to be completed, as you can see here. So let's run through it a couple more times, waiting right here. Try to get the item again, seeing that the status is processing. And you all know what happens if it's processing. Well, it's going to go down to the wait node once again and continue running in loops. You can always go to HeyGen, go into the projects folder here and see how far it actually has come. However, the rest of the sequence is very easy to understand. It's basically we get with HTTP the JSON data video URL that we get from the GET response. We don't need any authentication here. Then we upload the file with binary data. As you can see, upload the binary data, that the name of the file is going to be called data right here. And we have a parent folder here in Google Drive. Then we update the record with the correct record ID that we have from our webhook that we sent earlier. And then obviously we upload the clone drive that is going to be from Google Drive, making sure we have a web content link. And also we're going to get the duration seconds as well that we get from the HeyGen output, because I like seeing that in the dashboard. After that, it should be updated right here with the duration 11 seconds and the clone drive that you can just click on and download instantly. It's so nice to not have to jump around to each and every single platform, but have all of this in a clickable dashboard so you can create content a lot faster. So we've now gone from sourcing, scripting, creating the voiceover, and creating the avatar. But one thing that is necessary in today's age in social media is to add captions on top of the video, just to grab a little bit more attention, and also making sure that people can watch your video even if they don't have any sound turned on. So let's go to step number 7, automate your captions. So this automation adds captions on top of your video. All we got to do is execute the workflow, click on this button, and it's going to run through the entire automation really quickly and also almost completely free. And by the end, we will get a file back that looks like this. Comment below AI clone if you're excited about automating your content. I'd love to make more content about it if people want it. It's pretty crazy, especially when if we were to do this with softwares, we would have to pay something like $54 per month, or of course if you do annually it's only $45. Yay! So I wanted to figure out how to do this completely for free or almost for free. The only thing we're spending credits on is Whisper, which is really cheap, and there's also a way to do it 100% free, although I'm still using the OpenAI API. Now, a quick warning here is that this is for N8N self-hosted. So if you have N8N Cloud, that's perfectly fine. The only thing is that you're not going to be able to use this video file, video size, and these nodes as well are going to be blocked for you. And that's because you can't execute or store files locally, like for example, you do with a VPS like Hostinger or other alternatives, or if you do it self-hosted on your own computer. So that's why I created a second video on my second channel, AI Andy Automation, that goes through step by step how you can get self-hosting set up, how this entire captions automation work. So you can just do 3 steps and you will have all of this set up. It took me a while to figure out because I ain't gonna pay $45 per month just to get some text on top of the video. And if you want this too, highly recommend checking out that video and it should all be able to work for you. However, I'm going to describe it step by step so you kind of understand it at the top level, just how easy it is. So this node here downloads the video file, and then we use an execute node to check out the video size. We split it up with this code node to see the video height and the video width. Then this entire sequence downloads the voice, it writes it to the disk, then we get the audio file from the disk, and then we add it to Whisper. Whisper is a service that allows us to get timestamps that look like this, that shows each and every single word start and end. This is incredibly important for when we create the file that is one of my favorite files now called ass. Did you know subtitle files were called ass? Probably somebody in the basement made that. Anyways, we create the ass, then we save the ass, and then we use the execute command ffmpeg. So you need this installed, and it basically just puts the captions on top. After that, we just write the file, then we upload the file, then we upload it into Airtable again. It's a super simple and effective captions automation that, allows us to do it in just a couple of seconds. So if you have N8N Cloud and you don't want to run this, that's perfectly fine. You can always go to CapCut or any other auto captioning software to get auto captions. But if you want it all automated, highly recommend checking out the second channel and looking at this video here in particular. It goes through everything step by step, even if you don't have self-hosting or FFmpeg set up. But now we've gone through the scraping, scripting, creating the voice, creating the clone, and the caption. We only have one step left, but I will share a mistake with you at the end, so stay with me because that might make or break your automation. But for now, let's go to step number 8, automate publishing. So what it does is it takes the final file that we want to publish and it uses the YouTube script to create different captions for all these 9 social media profiles. This is YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitter, and Threads. Pretty crazy that we're able to auto-publish to all these platforms. Once again, this is just through a button. However, if you want to auto-schedule them, so you, for example, want to post 2 or 3 per day and you batch create them, you can always have ready for posting, and then you can get the automation to actually read from this file every 6 hours or something like that, and look for a ready for posting and take that file that would be here, for example, and auto post that on a schedule. So you don't have to do that through all the different platforms. You can just do it through the automation. However, each and every single platform, they have different caption formats or bios, or on YouTube, you actually have to have a title of your entire YouTube video. So that's why we have a ChatGPT node be the first node in here. So what that does is that we create a JSON object. Here we feed the YouTube short script that is from our Airtable, and then we have a system prompt that essentially tells them the rules for each platform. Like on Instagram, we're going to get this caption, Twitter caption, all of these rules that allows it to create different captions for each and every single platform, and it returns it into a JSON format. So let me show you how that looks like. If we execute, for example, the China electricity one, we can just click on here, the publish button. This is the output that we get, that are customized captions for each and every single platform. And for YouTube, we actually get the YouTube short title and we get the short caption as well, which would be the description. The next node is going to be upload media. So what this does is that it takes our media URL, and that's this file right here from Google Drive, and then it uploads it to Blotato, which is the service that we're using to post it on all these social media platforms. So let me show you that next. Here is Blotato, and it's one of the best ways to publish with, for example, Make.com or N8N. And since they just got new nodes inside of N8N, it makes it really easy to post to every single platform with just a couple of clicks. To set up one of the nodes, you have to get a Blotato API. And I'm also going to show you the pricing in just a second. Just click on the settings in the bottom left, click on API, and here you can copy your API key. That's really all you need to activate these nodes. Just click on the upload media node. Then in credential to connect with, you just put your API key right here. Once that is set up, you can pretty much set up all of these nodes very easily. All you got to do is to click on accounts. Then you just log into every single platform that you have available. I've logged into X, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. But we also have Blue Sky, Pinterest, and Threads. For the pricing, they have a 7-day free trial, but it doesn't give you access to the API, so we have to get to the starter plan in order for us to publish with the API. Blotato is so much cheaper compared to, for example, Airshare that I've used before to start publishing. That's at $149 per month. Also, think about Hootsuite that allows you to have 5 social accounts for $99 per month, and it doesn't even allow you to automate social posting. So to me, this is one of my favorite subscription costs. Now we just need to set up all these nodes. Inside of YouTube, all we got to do is to take the message model. We have the text here, which is going to be the description. Then we have the media URL that comes from the upload media Blotato node. And then we have the video title that also comes from the ChatGPT JSON output. Other than that, each and every node are really similar to each other as long as you just log into the correct platform, you select the correct account that you want to post on. And once all of this is set up, I'm not going to publish this exact video, but I'll show you what happened yesterday. So now we're able to just click on this one button. This automation is going to post to 9 platforms. Here it's on X, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube. GPT-5 just dropped and it's wild and it's already got 28 views. That's crazy. So you now automated publishing on 9 different platforms. But now I want to share the 2 mistakes that I want you to avoid if you are going to do this. The number 1 mistake is with the audio. Like I said to you before, doing voiceover with your voice is going to be a lot more realistic. The second mistake that I've seen with AI clones is that there is no editing on top of it. If you check out some of the most successful AI video clones,
this is basically a vacuum cleaner for the ocean, and it uses artificial intelligence to hunt down plastic waste before.
The video editing is incredible. And this video as well, with 46,000 likes, you can see his video clone in the bottom, but there is a lot of editing, and you may hear
He launched an AI tool which changes everything.
Almost the best.
it's also his original voice. That's why I'm working on an automation that removes the green screen background, allowing us to create incredibly high quality AI videos. But now that you've set up the entire automation, I want to show you the best part of working with N8N and Airtable together. The first thing you need to do is to set it to active, and then change the webhooks from the test URL to the production URL. And the way you do that is to go to, for example, the Reddit one, click on the edit field here and remove the -test. It should now be a production webhook, which means if you just click on this button, it's going to run in the backend, giving you the results without ever going into N8N. The same goes with script video. Just click on edit field, remove the -test, save it. Now you can click the button, and in just a couple of seconds, you'll get the entire short script without ever going to N8N. Copy the voice ID in here and change the webhook again. Click the button, and you got the voiceover as well, making this Airtable into your AI trigger agent. Just click some buttons, and the automation runs in the background. Hopefully, this is going to be a big help to your AI content. So if you want to download the entire blueprint right now, click on the Vibe Creator 2.0 classroom. Check out the Vibe Creator AI clone, scroll all the way to the bottom and download the N8N template and duplicate the Airtable base. Hopefully you got something out of this. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your new AI clone automation, and I'll see you in the next video.